The United States has now committed an act of war and a crime of aggression, according to many, as Trump's now launched a partial blockade of Venezuela, which is a violation of the UN Charter. Now, Trump says it'll end when Venezuela returns oil and land that it stole from the US. And while Venezuela has never actually stolen any land from the US, when it comes to the oil, the argument from the White House is that the US invested in Venezuela's oil industry a long, long time ago, and therefore, in their eyes, they now own the oil. Which I guess with that logic, we need to make sure that we're not answering any calls from the French. Right? And it's important to mention that Chevron, an American oil company, continues to operate in Venezuela unimpeded, and they account for 25% of the country's oil production. So, I mean, what are these guys talking about? And this is, military action on Venezuela appears to be drawing close, with the US now using airfields in Ecuador, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad. Also, you've got more aerial refueling tankers continuing to deploy to the Caribbean, an indicator that action may be near. And you even had Susie Wiles admitting in interviews released yesterday that the US will continue to blow up random boats till Maduro, quote, cries uncle. And this is when Hegseth and Rubio were briefing Congress yesterday, they reportedly didn't have a plan. All while Trump continues to say that land strikes into Venezuela will be happening soon. Right? And he still hasn't presented the case for why Americans should die in Venezuela. It makes you wonder how this guy won the very prestigious, well-respected, and definitely real FIFA Peace Prize. Aside from calling himself the president of peace and apparently people going, yes, that is true. But for now, follow to stay in the loop.